Ready? Okay. Call the meeting to order. Tiffany, if you'll take T-Pop, we'll take roll call, please.
Mayor Peter Boyer,
Present.
Council Tyler Martin, excused. Council Tim Ficken,
Present.
Dan Zabrowski, Council. Joy Shade, Council.
Everyone rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can someone do the hoo-ha?
Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of April 7th, 2026.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion?
I think so.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the payables list for April 21st, 2026.
All moved. Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Pat, do we need a motion to table third reading?
Yes.
I would entertain a motion to table the third reading of ordinance 2026-2 amendment of the annual appropriation ordinance budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. First reading of ordinance 2026-03, an ordinance adopting Title 8-7-G and Title 8-7-H, which is not written in here. This is the urban ag
And urban ag residential.
residential zoning ordinance.
Not done? Getting there?
We're gonna
moved.
have a work session on it.
So
So
moved. Second.
motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Hold on, I gotta write that down so we can plan for it in a little bit.
The ordinance is not in here.
And then,
Usually they're very back. Okay, it's okay. It's in.
okay,
We're in the.
resolution, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2026-14, a resolution adopting specifications for new water meters and service installations.
Move. Second. Joy can have it.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Is this the resolution, Pat, resolution adopting procurement policies and procedures? Is this the, I totally just went blank on the word.
So a policy was drafted and and should be attached to that resolution. Just,
I know I read it. I'm just trying to remember what it is. Because I read a lot.
we had discussed it last meeting, I think, or maybe the meeting before that,
Right.
on setting out how we were going to do certain procurements, and that regulates how we do it, sets out how we're going to do it. So hopefully everybody had a chance to read that and is comfortable with the attachment.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I was trying to remember the wording on it. So anyway, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2026-15, a resolution adopting procurement policies and procedures.
So moved. Again.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We don't need these two right here, right? Because we've already got that covered.
Because I'm not looking at the schedule, I don't actually have a copy of them. The next two are that deal with the fire chief and the
Police chief.
So those are modified, and in the last form that you have, which probably is the one that you have in front of you, what it really just indicates is that you are now filling those positions. The positions are actually authorized by the municipal code, so we don't need to authorize them in any fashion. It just makes clear that you're actually filling them. So both of those resolutions should go forward.
Okay. All right, because I read the email and I was a little confused on it.
The original drafts of those authorized the position, but they've been authorized for a long time because when we
Okay.
adopted Title II, they both were already in there. This just indicates that they actually are being filled.
Okay, cool. Easy enough then. All right, I would entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2026-16, a resolution designating the fire chief position as a full-time paid and benefited fire chief for the town of Bar Nunn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-17, a resolution establishing and providing for the development of a police department and creating a full-time paid and benefited position of police chief for the town of Bar Nunn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, Mr. Holscher, you have the floor, sir.
Mayor and council, you have my report, which is pretty short this time. The main events have already been in front of you. I guess I would just reemphasize that the urban ag and urban ag residential ordinances that I've sent you, that there will be a work session on. These are very much draft, and if they get passed in this form, I'll have a fit. You know,
Right.
please review those. Also, for what it's worth, I have been in contact with, the University of Wyoming about having them provide somebody with some expertise in this area to discuss this at the work session. So you can ask questions of that person, what an appropriate stoppage rate would be, et cetera. Other than that, the other two items that we may want to, get on our radar is we do have the bridal trail vacation, which I think we're ready to go forward with, and we can get moving on that. And then beyond that, something to be thinking about is annexation. The town's police station is actually not in town, which is a little awkward. So probably want to be looking at,
I mean, technically on town property.
it's on town property, but it's not within the municipal boundaries of Bar Nunn. So we might want to be thinking about going down Salt Creek and incorporating the areas that want to be incorporated.
Yeah. Yes. Going back to the bridal trail, what's the next step? What are our next steps?
Okay, the next steps is I just have to draft that. Keeping in mind, this is not the entire bridle trail, because the entire bridle trail goes around most of the original portions of Bar Nunn.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a narrow section of it. Ray already looked into the affected properties, which we need to keep in mind. So I just need to draft the document to get in front of you to take that step.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, going back to annexation, that's a pretty involved process.
It is.
And so we need to decide as a council, we need to decide a lot of things about that. We need to decide how far down we need to go, how far south we want to go, how far west we want to go.
Can we get a summary of the steps, maybe, of the process?
So that would be a council initiated one, because we don't have the residents coming forward, but it requires the participation of the property owners that are within the area. Kind of going off the top of my head on it, but I think that basically 75%, if I recall correctly, have to agree to be annexed. So you can't forcibly annex them under these circumstances. There are some circumstances in which a municipality can do that, but that is not the case here. It will require a public hearing. It's very time sensitive as to when the public hearing is held. So it's actually surprisingly easy to screw it up and not fit within the time criteria when you do it. So that's what we'd really be looking at. You know, we need 3 readings. My recollection is 3 readings, and then we need a public hearing in order to do it. We would need, after we determine who would cooperate with that, if that encompasses the area that we want to annex, we need an engineer's drawing as to the area that we're annexing. So it's a pretty involved process.
The contact with the owners, is that certified mail or face-to-face or phone call or?
Well, kind of all of the above, really. You don't want to be in a circumstance where they're not participating in any of these I've ever seen done before. Actually, a representative of the municipality did contact all of the property owners directly before it was initiated. Because if you're gonna draw opposition, it's best just to know it.
Is there a
right off the bat.
benefit, is there a benefit to those owners, whether they're commercial or residential, to be annexed in, that we can let them know this is a benefit of doing it?
There is a benefit to it, and most of these properties are actually commercial. I think that there's some exception, but most of these are commercial properties. So they're basically in an area where they're already on a primary street that's heavily used by the municipality, that being the Salt Creek Highway.
I know one area would be permitting through the building department. That'd be way different than through the county.
That's correct. So they would go through municipal permitting and not city permitting, or the other way around, municipal permitting and not county permitting. The Salt Creek Highway would be officially a bar none road down to where we stopped, and any ancillary roads, which would be quite constricted. It's not that many, would also be. So you have that benefit because the county has to cover an awful lot of territory on roads. In addition to that, one benefit in the future may be water and sewer. Now, bar none actually has an agreement with the former Wardwell area to do something different than what the city statutes provide, which is bar none does not charge an additional amount for water above what it charges municipal customers. And that is under our agreement with Wardwell for a certain period of years.
Right, I remember.
But in the future, when you're looking, let's just say 10 years out or something like that, bar none, as the owner of the system, would be entitled to charge a higher amount. And under this circumstances, because they'd be within the town, that would not be the case. The other one is garbage, actually, because bar none actually picks up. We have a contract with Shirks where we pick up the garbage within the town. When we first annexed Wardwell, we were approached by some Wardwell residents and actually asked, why didn't that pertain to them? Our contract only pertains to bar none. That would bring it within.
I think however we contact, if it's a multiple of the face-to-face or the certified letter or whatever, those bullet points of the benefits of annexing,
It would be
help
good.
get them to be on
It would
board.
be good to put something together. I think because most of the commercial properties probably appreciate it already, but that doesn't mean everybody does. I mean, have I missed anything in there?
Public services is probably the big thing: fire, police, water, sewer. And just to touch on Pat's point a little bit, most municipalities, I think state statute allows you to charge 150% of water rates to out of district customers. So, and that's because those customers aren't paying the mills that town people are paying, and those mills go towards paying everyone's salaries. And so right now you're providing Wardwell with a service that you're not getting any other benefit to. So the reason for that is because it helps offset the cost of sending the water staff out to the far reaches of the water system to provide that water.
On the negative, what does it impact on their property tax liability?
You know, it's
6
actually.
more mills, 8 more mills?
That'd
Eight
be
mills.
Yeah, 8 more mills. That's really the only negative.
I don't.
I mean, well,
think 8
that-
mills, if I remember, I
Well,
think.
that, and there are some residences there that would probably require a little cleaning up because they're pretty junked up. And I don't know if they would.
If all that's commercial anyway, should there even be trailers and stuff along there?
Well, I mean,
We'd have to,
if you look out, you go Antelope and those houses that are right there are pretty,
so the existing uses are the existing uses, of course. So however those properties are being used presently is how they would come into bar none. So
First step is contacting property owners, seeing if they're receptive of it or not before we spend all that time and energy.
I think there's a first step beyond that, and what it actually is probably to look at the map and see what we really have in mind. You know, it's one thing if we were to annex down to the police department, that'd be a tiny annexation. It'd be another thing if we went to the corner where the Loaf and Jug is. It would be another thing yet if we went all the way down to the southern boundary of our growth zone in there, although that's not that much more, actually. If you go beyond the Loaf and Jug, it's just a little bit beyond that. I mean, as a practical matter, if you're going to go down the Salt Creek Highway, I think the most practical thing would be to go all the way to the growth boundary rather than leave, a few blocks out, because that's just kind of freakishly off.
Ray map that, send us.
And I think we should do a head
Email it to us.
what that does for population,
Okay.
which would change our calculation.
yep.
And
I think
then,
we ought to do that. And we need to look at,
The loves.
yeah, we can't get the loves. That would be,
that's outside of our growth.
that's all outside of our growth boundary, and Casper would literally draw swords for that one. So,
Too far away.
I think what you would want to be doing is annexing to the interstate highway. So, that's your eastern boundary. But the other thing to determine is how far your western boundary is, because I don't see you wanting as part of this, because this is mostly to bring the road in. You're not going to go all the way to the west that you theoretically could, and I don't think that the property owners in that area would agree to it, for one thing. But I don't think that the town, I don't think that dovetails very well with the town.
Dan, hasn't Michelle talked about wanting to be annexed into the town
Yeah,
boundaries?
that trailer court,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they would like it.
Where's that?
That's
The end of Howard.
the end of Howard.
The other thing is that if you go much beyond what I've just described, what you have to take into account is that the roads down there are really well beyond standards. And I don't think you want to begin to start getting, that would be extremely expensive for the town.
Well, that's why I was, because I don't even think, we couldn't even afford to put in curb and gutter or anything like that.
You need.
But just getting dirt and grading, I think, would be expensive.
Yeah.
Because those potholes some of those are as big as this open space right here. So,
Hey, Peter.
yeah, man.
Could Ray draw us up some maps, some examples, like a few different options? Email it out to us all to look over before we would, and then we could have like a brief
Yeah,
work session or executive session about it.
it'd be a work session.
Work session
Yeah,
about is what I meant, sorry.
you're good, man.
We don't think the
Ray, you want something to do?
Yes, I was hoping.
Get paid by the minute.
Maps, all
That's-
Ray loves.
You don't have enough to do,
Yeah, it's fine.
Pat's laughing, so he gets to help you now.
I like doing
closely
maps too.
On this.
the commercial property tax values in those areas wouldn't mitigate road maintenance on those gravel roads? Not enough? You
I don't think it would at first. I think the initial cost would be substantial. We're not putting asphalt down. We're just talking about dirt work. I think with dirt work, it would be the initial cost, but if we maintain them, then the cost would drop dramatically because at that point, we'd be maintaining the roads with grading and stuff like that. But the upfront cost, I think nothing's gonna cover that. That's gonna be a lot of money, no matter what we do.
One thing to keep in mind, again, it's kind of odd to think of it this way, but because we're not looking at platted subdivisions down there. So, normally when you annex an area, you're bringing in a platted subdivision. This is an unplatted area. So you're free basically to do this in a fashion that accommodates the interest of the town and the frontages on Salt Creek, which is what you're really looking at.
Right.
So it's not a real wide annexation that's being contemplated. It's basically the Salt Creek Highway to the interstate highway and the frontages on the Salt Creek Highway to a certain depth.
Right.
And so I don't think you'd pick up a huge amount of extra east-west road frontage that way. You'd pick up a little, but not a lot.
And this will help with this Salt Creek corridor study they're doing too. Because what they're looking at and everything is this section specifically, and that section, if it was within our municipality, we'd have a little more.
We're talking about Salt Creek. I want to raise the speed limit to 45.
Sold.
Thank you.
Just in front of the police department?
I just, do we even need a resolution for that?
I race the cars on the interstate.
You could do it by resolution.
Because I
kidding,
am
Steve.
so tired of driving 40 down Salt Creek Highway. I am just fed up with it.
One thing on Salt Creek, unless it's changed, I don't think it has, but one thing about this to keep in mind is that we already plow down to the intersection.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean,
And YDOT did not stripe this year from Loaf and Jug north.
Really?
Not YDOT. They painted from Loaf and
Sorry.
Jug south. They did not stripe from, so
Are they trying to convince us to annex? Is that what
Giving us-
secretly like under the table?
Pushing.
I don't even think it's secretly.
Put in a walking path, we'll stripe it for you.
Okay. All right. Well, Ray, if you can, oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Just one quick, on the study, are they studying the idea of maybe
I'll
widening?
get to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So much yummy stuff to get.
With baited.
Ray, if you can get us those, like,
Working on it right now.
basically, if you can have it where for my my simple lizard brain, have it mapped out basically like,
Colors, right?
yeah, colors, with lines, crayons.
Option 1, 2.
No, just map it out so that like, if we go to like where the police station is, if we go to Loaf and Jug, if we go to our growth boundary, kind of have like a 3-stage there of what we'd be looking at. And then we can really start to swallow what we're going to actually have to do to
How far east and west off of it? We want to go all the way east to the interstate, right? But then just a
we
little.
could have like a freaking full work session about this right now. So, but anyway.
Right, bridle trail, there'll be so many maps to look at.
Oh my God.
It'll just be crazy.
So how I'll do the maps right now, I have it south to the police station, then another south to Howard, and then another south to the growth boundary, which is between Renana and Blair. So it's about, I just mapped it 2,100 feet south of the intersection of Howard. So half a mile, which is only 2 county blocks. So,
Yeah.
and then what I'll do is show maps of just showing the adjacent properties being annexed. So the property boundary to the west of the property frontage on Salt Creek Highway would be the annexation boundary. And then the property boundary, basically the interstate to the east would be the annexation, because once you get down to Howard Street, I think before I say that, I'll just look. There are a couple properties that, yes, the auction house there is one property over from being Salt Creek Highway frontage. So that would be conceptually what I would draw up for now. And then, obviously if you want to make that wider, however you want to do it, we can do that. But that's probably the easiest way to do it from my perspective, just in this conversation. That way you're not including a lot of the unimproved roads You've already got Salt Creek Highway that's up to current town standards.
Okay.
But yes, we can definitely do that.
Okay, thanks,
We
man.
just covered the legal and the engineer report.
Pretty much.
Almost.
Actually, does that cover you, Pat? I think we belabored the point long enough. Anything else for Pat? No? All right, Ray, you're up, sir. Again.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. As you and I have discussed and as town council discussed at our last meeting, the tank repair folks identified a couple panels that needed to be replaced. So this week we got the quote from the contractor, and I sent the recommendation. There is some fine tuning we need to do with that quote because there are they gave us a quote of $49,750 to come in and do the two panels that need to be repaired, including everything related to that. Then they also gave us some options, line items to repair various things and install various things. One of those options is installing the snow brace angles at the outer ring. There are already some snow braces, so I need to work with the contractor to figure out exactly which ones would need to be installed. And I think that $16,000 number will come down. Then furnishing the additional dome panels. I'm sorry, let me jump back to the snow braces. On site, we discovered that it looked like Wardwell was preparing to do that work. They have some aluminum angle pieces already on site, as well as some of the other components that would be
Interesting.
used. They just never got there or stopped. I don't know. So, but there are.
We can use that stuff? or is
Yes.
it- Okay,
We've got 24 feet of 2x2 angle up there,
okay.
which should be close to enough to do the remaining angle pieces. So I just need to work with the contractor to ensure that we've got, quotes based on actual conditions on site, and we're not paying them for work that they will show up and say, oh, shoot, it's already done. Well, give me my money. So, but that total that I sent to you,
69,
yes,
550.
550 would be to do all of the above. But like I said, it should come down once we have the opportunity to work with the contractor to figure out what can be removed.
Okay.
So that's where the Coleman Circle Tank project stands. The contractor did send their report. They did quite a bit more work, I would say, than just the panel replacement. They did install a mesh screen to prevent things from getting inside the tank. They made some repairs to handrails, and they sealed other areas that needed to be sealed. So they did a great job. I don't know Dustin's feelings, but I've been very happy with their responsiveness and just the going above and beyond. So I recommend moving forward with this same Northern Steel Tanks contractor for the future repairs. And the reason I'm recommending these additional repairs is in any situation, we're probably a couple years out from having a true replacement for this tank. So even if the grant funds go through with the federal government, the process to go from zero to complete is a couple year process. Same with any sort of alteration we would want to do to the pump station. You're going to make it through one, if not two, of the heavy use seasons before any true repairs can be made. So the tank is still going to be necessary for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
Then I worked with Sunny, as I mentioned at the last meeting, to start getting a team together to analyze the fire hall. I had conversations. I have not received, that may be a lie. I may have received some information. Doesn't look like it yet. But we had a couple conversations with design professionals on what they think it would take to go into the fire hall and do a full code analysis, and then create plans to move the fire hall to where it needs to be. Don't have numbers for you yet. I apologize, but just haven't heard back from everyone. So as soon as I do, I'll send emails out so you're all aware of that.
Okay.
And I think that's everything. Is that everything? I think that's everything.
It's not too bad.
Easy. Yeah.
Right on. Anything for Ray from council? No, I didn't. I already, told you, let's keep moving forward with getting the repairs done. So I don't need to reiterate that point or anything. I think the only thing I have for you is that I don't know which budget session it's going to be. It won't be this next one coming up, but eventually we're going to have to look at some road maintenance, stuff like that as part of our budget for the upcoming year.
We have that project queued up from last year.
Yes.
My plan, unless Dustin has seen something that needs immediate.
No, McMurray's still
yeah.
it's still the need.
So that, I believe that project is still the high priority. So I've got a guy in my office looking at that project again and just bringing prices to 2026 prices. Because things have changed over the course of the last year. So I will be prepared to discuss that project.
Perfect. Okay, well, moving on. Steve, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. What do you got for me, man?
Mayor, council, you got my report. The only thing to really add is we were awarded a grant for those radios to the tune of $33,541, which basically pays for everything but one portable, I think. It gives us 2 portable radios and 2 mobile radios for the cars.
So cool.
Perfect. Yes, I saw that and I was ecstatic.
Yeah, I was too. The building, they've started work to bring it up to codes. We have exit signs that are lit with the interior and exterior lights that are required, and GFI outlets are now in there.
Perfect. Oh, there it is. I was looking all over for it. Anything for Steve from council?
What does that mean, Steve, where it said, exploring all available options as Barnum PD presents unique challenges to the status quo?
When it comes to dispatch, it's been, 40 years or so since there's been a new department.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure I do my due diligence to look out for our community as far as our dispatch needs and our options.
Cool.
Everyone in the county, all the emergency services go through the consolidated dispatch. That's probably where we'll go, but I want to make sure I look into every option to see if there is something else that might work for us.
So thank you.
Okay. And that covers us. Oh wait, I already asked that question. So anything else? Nope. All right, Sonny, you are up, sir.
Mayor, council, you have my written report. The only thing I have to add is we also received grant funding from Wyoming Department of Homeland Security for 4 brand new portable radios as well.
Yes, I saw that. I was also ecstatic again.
If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them for you.
I don't think I have anything. Any?
I do. What are we exactly? I'm sure you've probably mentioned this in previous meetings. What exactly are we waiting for with the ambulance? Just the
No, so they lost when they were bringing it home, they lost the high pressure fuel pump in it. That has been since replaced. Put the turbos back in, they found a crushed fuel line. That's been put back in and now it still won't fire up all the way. So I've brought other mechanics in, ran codes on it. We think we have a good understanding of what it is. I just my current mechanic in the station is having to fly back and forth to Texas, so he doesn't have a lot of time. So I'm looking for an alternative locally that I can get it into.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting that they have.
Perfect. So
Very odd.
That a diesel truck?
Yes.
four.
Mm-hmm.
Just, anything else for Sonny?
yeah, real quick. So it says working on scheduling final inspection and delivery of the new engine. Are we moving forward with changing that or?
I don't know. Like I said, my thing is I want to make sure that we're doing everything right by not only the town people and the money that we're spending. So I know that we talked about it last council meeting, but the thing of it is we're going to end up losing $110,000. And I don't know if that's a feasible thing for us right now to do it. Like, will the engine work for us? Yeah, it will. Do we have other decisions that need to be made after it's delivered? I believe so. But right now I've got them breathing down my neck to get this final inspection done. So I just don't know. Like, I know we talked about it, but I think the thing for us to do right now is to actually take delivery of it. So we don't lose that $110,000.
That they wouldn't buy it out from us.
They would at $110,000 loss.
Without trading in, they'll buy it though.
Probably.
And we looked at breach, but it's a difficult thing to maintain. It would mostly be based on delay, but delay was common for everything during the period, so.
Yeah.
Could end up losing more.
Right.
That engine in today's market is about $875,000. So that's the hard pill to swallow right now.
If we took delivery, could we sell it on the open market and lose less or break even?
We could try to. I just don't, like I said, with the economy today, I just don't know if that's feasible either. Like, we can put some feelers out there and see once we have it. I know a couple of engine brokers that I can talk to see what they have. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't want to lose money to do this right now. Like, I don't think that's where we need to be. So
Right.
if we need to use that engine, we will use it. I mean, the big thing is it's big and it's heavy. Will it do the job? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep having that discussion. We can figure it out. When are you supposed to take delivery?
I'm supposed to do final inspection on Friday.
All right. Well, we'll keep working on it.
Yeah, I'll keep you apprised with the delivery date on it too. So.
Okay.
Thanks, honey.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Dustin, you're up.
And council, you have my report. I just wanted to highlight the Arbor Day celebration is still scheduled for this Saturday. I believe 9 a.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany. I believe.
That's what I have written down.
9 a.m. Saturday. We planned it. We'll pull 2 trees out of our tree farm. We'll plant them here at the town hall. So the whole ceremony will be right here at the town hall.
Okay.
Other than that,
Are we still planning doing like flag raising or whatever? Like, we did that last year, didn't we? I don't remember now.
yes,
Here.
it was the Kelly Walsh ROTC was that they did that. I don't know what Kelly has scheduled, sir.
Okay.
I don't
get
know
with
what
Callie.
she has as far as the specifics of it. I know she said we will do a ceremony because that's one of the requirements to maintain our Tree City USA classification. So we will have a ceremony at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. The particulars, I mean, however you want to do it, sir, let us know. We'll make
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I'll get with Kelly and see what she says. I think we were discussing, and we talked about Kelly Walsh, but I haven't followed up with her yet, so I'll get with her and we'll.
And the Civil Air Patrol cadets, they're actually being Cheyenne, so they're not available
Okay.
anyway, so.
Me and you might be doing a
Yeah,
flag raising, man.
sir, let's do it. And then just the other thing, I did talk to the Centennial Woods company. They are the company, they're out of Laramie. They build and move the snow fences. So I have him scheduled to move that snow fence that is in the drainage where they're building the bike path.
Okay.
It should be out in the near future. When the current job's done, his crew will come out. They'll disassemble that and move it and set it up outside of, west of McMurray, the dead end of McMurray Boulevard. There's already some out there, but I told him that's probably the best place to put it because that intersection gets blasted with snow.
Okay.
And so that's in the works. Other than that, that's the only things I wanted to highlight. Yeah, really quick.
Light at the end of the path is still out.
Okay.
Well, and that's like the most important one. It's the one right at the park. So the park is pitch black.
That first one right at the
to walk back.
It's always out, it seems.
Cool. Guy, I had something for you. Oh, well. Anything for, is that good? You good?
Sure, that's
Okay.
all I
Anything for Dustin? All right. All right, moving on. Petitions and public comment. Petition and public comment are now open. If anyone is interested in voicing their concerns or petitions or comments.
Raves.
Or praises.
Yeah, right. So anyway, moving on from that. Going once. Going twice.
Not understanding, if I'm understanding you, comments as far as,
Sir.
Yeah, public comment.
I have something I'd like to bring up that,
Yeah, so if you can come up to the podium and you can,
that.
and,
Comment on anything y'all say, 'cause I didn't understand none of it. So,
Neither do we here.
my name is Kenny Souza, a mobile home moving company, the only one in 125 miles from here. I do all the mobile homing, 90% of it in Natrona County, and 100 miles out, excuse me. I just got off work, I'm tired, and I'm kind of nervous, so bear with me. I've moved home here in Bar None, namely, the three of them over out on North Circle Drive. I pulled a bunch of them out to the landfill. What I'm trying to do now is, my understanding is, I just bought some property on North Circle Drive next to the Tuna Foundation. And my understanding is you got to have it 5 years or newer for mobile home to come in. And you guys could give a variance, is what I'm understanding, if I present this right. And I've got pictures I'd like to show of the home I'd like to bring in. It's older than 5 years, but it's worthy.
Have you submitted your request for a variance through the town and allowed it to go in front of planning and zoning yet?
I have not.
You
that's
really need
where you would
Really
begin.
worked with
Okay, so here's what you need to do is, you need to put together a petition for a variance. Go ahead and take it into town hall so they can take in your application for a variance, and then planning and zoning, one of the members of planning and zoning is here tonight.
He's in the back, corner back there.
They'll consider it first, so it's their role to look at it before the town council does.
Got it.
So start there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so does that all make sense?
Well, absolutely. I've been
Okay.
in the business for a while. I've done a lot of, the Aspen Mobile Home Park is my portfolio.
Gotcha.
So I've done, like I said, 172 homes to landfill. We brought in 155 new ones. That's what I do nowadays. I understand working with counties and cities. This is the first time I worked with Bar None.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I'll follow the procedure.
right on.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night, y'all.
Yeah, you too.
have a
Thank you.
good one.
Rest. Pardon me?
Get some rest.
Did you write your name down?
I will.
If you could, please. I appreciate it.
Have a glasses on. Thank you all again.
Yeah,
Thank
have a
you.
good, have a good night. Any other petitions or public comment? Going once, going twice, sold. Moving on. Dan, you got a regional water support or water report for us?
Yeah, I guess the big concern and issue still out there is water restrictions. If anybody noticed in the news, Mills has had to go forward with water restrictions. They are on a different system than we are. They have their own system, so they have their own limitations. Regional Water takes care of 9 customers, starting the main one, Casper, and we're their second largest customer, bar none. Any restrictions that'll come on to those communities will come from Regional first. Regional is in constant communication with the state engineer's office, monitoring the drought situation. But based on our rights that we've exercised, our rights out of Rock Lake, and I believe that's the one we can thank Mr. McMurray for. Those are some pretty old and senior water rights. Currently, there's, as of 4/9, we have 1.4 billion gallons per week available out of there. They say that's probably going to drop to 1.2 billion gallons first part of May. But as long as we hold steady with our 5-year average of water production, which currently we're at or below the past few weeks of our 5-year average. If we consistently go 25% above that, it's going to put a strain on us. They're not foreseeing that though. We've also worked with the city of Casper because there's these agreements with the Wyoming Water Development Office. Regional Waters Agreement goes back to 2012. I think Casper's does too, but I'm not sure on that date. Anyway, we're allowed 150 acre feet for regional out of the Pathfinder. They call it the, where did I see that? It's a municipal account, has something to do with the Pathfinder anyway, but the city Casper's agreement is 1,150 acre feet. They're going to do away with, they're not going to renew their agreement. We're going to marry it into regional water. But then we have filed for an amendment to go to 4,000 acre feet. And so that'll be an upfront fee of $115,000, but that really secures some valuable water for us if the drought persists extensively into the summer. So far, regional is feeling pretty confident where we're at. That still don't see in the near future any call for restrictions for our communities. So, but again, they're constant communication with the state engineer's office and making these arrangements and agreements to exercise our priority water rights. So that's my update. No fears yet.
It's water at night, so no one sees us. Okay.
Cool. Well, thank you. Dan, anything for Dan from council? Okay. Tim, you're up, man.
Actually, I'm starting to like these MPO meetings. They have really good snacks there too. Donuts, all sorts of stuff. I was, against my better judgment, elected the chair at it this last time. And Mike McIntosh is vice chair. You just run the meeting. They still do the agenda and everything for you. And it's actually very informative. It's nice knowing everything that's going around everywhere. They're getting ready to submit for their bike pedestrian plan. That's like the big thing that for their budget for MPO. There's new traffic counters they're rolling out. If municipalities would like traffic counts for anything, I mean, Ray knows all this stuff that I'm just now learning about. But they have some new cameras, some new things that they're getting. There's new mapping that's being done, aerial mapping and everything for everyone that have access to. Just there's a lot going on. It's cool. They're going to be closing down Poplar from like Collins to clear up to Poplar, up to CY this summer, redoing all that. There's a lot that's going to be going on in Casper.
Potentially from 25th Street to 29th Street as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like water, like storm drainage and all that sort of stuff. But the one that is real pertinent to us is the Salt Creek Corridor study. So I am really pushing every time they said they had about an extra $40,000 in funding for this bike ped plan. And I just said, please put it towards mapping it to bar none. Like incorporate that into the Salt Creek study, please. And then that brought up the DOT last time it talked about that the bridge out here isn't due for replacement, but it is now that Love's is definitely going in. They're going to look at that's going to need widened probably because semis coming off the interstate, you can barely see under there. in a vehicle. And there's going to be so much more traffic. So I suggested if there's any studies they can do to predict traffic patterns or how much semi-traffic, because one, those roads are going to get beaten up too, the asphalt with more and more truck traffic on there. So we'll see. There's a lot that they're looking at, and I'm trying to really make this Salt Creek study a bit of a priority because I think it's going to incorporate in with 3 of their other things they have going on right now with this bike ped plan and some DOT stuff as well. So anyway,
Cool.
that's about it, I think.
Perfect. Anything for Tim? No?
Oh, and the airport's building a new tower.
Fantastic.
Could be the tallest structure in the state, they said.
Nice.
Andy.
8 stories tall. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay, so we need to do, so we got our budget coming up, budget session coming up,
Salt Creek on the calendar.
next
You,
Tuesday at 7. Do we want to do that earlier? We were talking about that.
Do 6:30,
Do 6:30 instead of 7? Do you want to do that or?
we can knock out,
you won't be here, but the rest of us, I think, would be.
Sure.
No, that's right.
Tyler will be here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll have a quorum.
6:30.
I mean, we only need 3 of us.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we'll do 6:30.
Yes, sir.
Trying to do military time.
18:30.
18:30 hours. Be there or be square. And,
We have a business license to do that?
yeah, we still got a business license and we need to do the urban ag, we need to do a work session on that. So,
We got homework to do first.
yeah, we do have homework to do. So do we want to try to schedule that? Do we want to try to schedule that? Well, we're going to have a lot of budget to do. Do we want to try to do a Thursday?
Whenever we got to do it, you schedule it.
Do we want to do like Thursday the 30th?
Yep.
I can't do Thursdays either.
Killing me.
I know, but there's other people and I can always email you what I think.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, if you look over the stuff that he's
Let's
does.
do that then. So we'll do the urban ag. Well, Pat, do we need to, I would like to have someone from the,
Let me see who I can get lined up and what
Okay.
their scheduling would be
So-
like.
so we'll plan on this, doing the urban ag work session at, 7 o'clock. But, we can adjust fire on it if we need to. So just let me know when the University of Wyoming person would be available.
Well,
Thank you, sir. Okay, moving on. I would entertain a motion to approve business license number 2026-27 of Amethyst Aquarius Company LLC, stationery and candles.
So move.
Second.
Oh, go ahead.
Tim and Joy. Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are going to have an impromptu executive session. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn our regular meeting and enter
So move.
executive session.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Oh yeah. Call meeting in order. Not Cowley, if you'll take roll call.
Peter Boyer, Mayor.
Present.
Tyler Mount, Council excused. Tim Ficking, Council.
Present.
Dan Sabrowski, Council.
Present.
Joy Shane, Council.
I'd entertain a motion. No action.
no action necessary.
No action necessary from the executive session. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion, or so moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?